I was not pitching a fit about OBS. I just don't have the bandwidth to do it. But it is Friday night. We are live, Last of the Stash Ship, the last show before Fan Day or Fan Expo Dallas. So we'll jump right into whatever it is. You know what it is. We've talked about it for almost a year now. So we'll go start
what it is.
What are movie quotes? We'll start with Drew.
I don't have movie quotes this week. I'm sorry. I just came from work.
Moving on. Not participating in the show. Go ahead, Paul.
Mine's from 2008, and it's a nice short one. It's, give me a scotch. I'm starving.
Anchorman.
It is comic related.
I don't know.
Come on, that should give it away.
It's comic related?
It's a comic book movie, in fact.
No, I still don't know.
Who's the most famous alcoholic comic book character ever?
Tony Stark. It's got to be Iron Man then.
Yep.
I don't remember that line.
I don't either. Mike.
Yes.
You're up. What's your quote, man?
My quote is Catran Figures is in the house. Funk Off is in the house. He says peekaboo. The book, peekaboo. Jacko, he says peekaboo.
Maybe we'll talk about
Jacko's here. Jason Smith. And that is it. My quote is from 1993. 1 year before I graduated high school. Your scientists were so Shut the fuck up. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Oh shit! I just
Jurassic Park.
Yes.
It is Jurassic Park, and a big shout out to Shirtless Comic Hunter. Finally caught you guys live.
We will go shirtless here, but man.
Our apologies that you're actually here for the live.
Okay, mine is from late '90s, and it's a singing quote. So,
oh god,
oh yeah, that's what I love about this show. Nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder on the airplane. That's it.
That Con Air.
It is Con Air. Oh my goodness, somebody got it.
I took my headset off and came back just for on the airplane, and I'm like, Con Air.
Well, I must have the sweet voice of John Malkovich running through me. All you guys got that, so.
You've got the dulcet tones of a vomiting college student.
Well, that works too. Why don't you go to give? We've got some more people in the chat there, Mike. Give us an update before we jump into the comic.
Weapon X Squell said, "What's up?" He's in here. Airborne Sapper comic fan. He guessed Con Air as well. Brian Spaceboy 227. He said, "What's up? Glad y'all can make it out this evening."
Okay. We'll jump. We'll start with Drew. He's got the most books. Of course, he always has the most books during the week. So,
all right. Let's talk about a milestone issue. No, let's not.
Okay, sorry.
Let's talk about a milestone issue in a book that I don't read. This is Power Rangers number 25. I read Power Rangers number 1 when it came out. Wasn't really my thing. But this is the start of a new crossover, the Shattered Grid, and there is a death of a major character in this book. It was really good. I enjoyed it. I like the art. I'm probably going to pick up the rest of this story arc. It seems like a Power Ranger from the future, a distant future, is hopping through times and dimensions, and it's going to involve all the Power Rangers that we've ever seen, and it was pretty cool, so I'm going to stash it.
Okay. Moving on to Paul.
Let's do Shadow Man number 1. Like everything else that Valiant's been putting out recently, this was freaking awesome. I love it. It had great cover. Art was great. Story was great. Completely drew me in immediately. And I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. And cat. And but I loved everything about this. This was my pick of the week. I thought it was amazing.
Let's see, Mike, you read Shadow Man #1 as well.
I did, and it was freaking amazing. I'm a big fan of the whole voodoo atmosphere type thing. So that's the gist of this book. So, like Paul said, everything. Go ahead.
They've definitely studied their stuff, because I've read a lot of stuff about voodoo and the characters and what the characters are supposed to be doing. They're following right up on that, so it's not someone who has no idea what voodoo is writing about voodoo.
Yeah, so like Paul said, anything Valiant puts out is a definite read, and this is right up there with it. Not my pick of the week though. So.
This guy definitely was a '90s Valiant book too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't read Valiant all when they were out in the '90s. I actually love this cover. It's a great cover. It's pretty simple. I thought I ordered the glow in the dark cover, and I found out it's a 1 in 250 variant. So I said, "Oh no, I'm glad I didn't get that one, because I don't want to pay that much for it." This is definitely a good book. I enjoyed it. I don't know a whole lot about the character, and I think anybody who doesn't know about the character can jump in pretty well and get up to speed and kind of get an understanding of what's going on in the story. It definitely was a good story. It was actually probably close to my pick of the week. But definitely a good book and stash for me too.
And I thought they did a good job of explaining why he hasn't been in the Valiant universe recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jumping on to Mike. Quite a few people cutting.
Oh, don't pull my fucking shit.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, that's a different show.
That's save that for Dallas.
Save that for Dallas. Speaking of Dallas, Seeking Your Mint said you guys should do a live show at the con.
Where has he been?
Where has he been? I don't know.
We've been talking about that.
We plan on doing one.
If we're able to, yep.
What's my next book? Man, let's do Metal #6.
Oh, let's.
Oh, let's. So this is the end, and this whole fucking thing was a big letdown for me. There was some great art throughout the whole thing. There's some great one shots, but this overall fucking story, I still don't get it. So this is my worst pick of the week. Blast it. So.
Yeah, going into this week, when I found out it was the last issue for this Dark Knights Metal, I'm like, they've got a lot to wrap up. And I just felt like, man, they got so many different things out there. How are they going to wrap this up in one issue? And I felt kind of lost throughout this whole series. And it didn't really wrap anything up for me. I thought about trying to go back and reading issue 1 to 6 tonight prior to the show, but I didn't get a chance to do that. But I'm kind of lost on what the hell is even going on. I understand maybe now we have the Justice Society, or I don't think it's JLA, and we have these new characters that really didn't connect very much into this new world. So I don't know. I know Drew said some stuff in our chat. He can probably get us up to speed on maybe what's going on with this damn thing.
Well, first of all, I really enjoyed Metal as a whole. I felt like it wasn't going anywhere at first, and then about 2 issues ago, issue 4 of the main series, it really started to come together, really started to work with all the tie-ins, everything coming together to form one picture. It's super confusing. I'll give you that. And there are a lot of plot holes in this last issue and a lot of threads that they tried to tie together kind of in the last minute. This could have been 2 more issues. This could have been split into 2 issues, and they could have fleshed some more stuff out. I love the art. I love the appearance of the Joker, which was amazing. I like that we're getting a Hawkgirl and Hawkman back on the Justice League. There's so much that came out of this book. It's kind of hard to talk about all of it without really spoiling it. Basically, there's a clean slate for new stories in the universe. It works a lot like DC would a Crisis. It just doesn't have the Crisis name on it. And there's a lot of wishy-washy stuff in here because that's how DC's continuity works. If you guys have read Infinite Crisis or Crisis, when it ends, it's kind of like, okay, well, what the hell's happening now? I think that overall, I really like the story. This issue number 6, kind of a letdown for me in the fact that it was a lot kind of jumbled together. There's a lot that I like about it and a lot that I don't, but the art was on point. I like that we're getting kind of an actual story that we're not getting in the other DC event right now. But this issue itself is probably the worst issue of all 6 issues of Metal, just because of how much they try to cram into it. We got the Element X, which is the 10th metal, which is not nth metal, which is they use the forge to make these weapons, and when they release all the energy, it breaks the source wall, which means that the multiverse of DC is going to be expanding, and that's kind of cool, and I like to see where they go with it. Scott Snyder did his best Morrison impression, and it kind of fell a little bit short, but overall, I really enjoyed the series.
That's a big mouthful. Let's see if Paul can follow up with that.
Drew may have think it could go 2 more issues. Please don't give me 2 more fucking issues of this fucking thing. Thank the fucking Lord this is over. If ever a series would earn a fuck DC, this is it. I've hated this series from the get-go. It's been an overambitious, confusing fucking mess. This is a DC book that would make me pick up any Marvel book to read it first, and that's saying something. I mean, the art was pretty. The rest of it fucking sucked.
From what I gather, what Drew was talking about, opening the different multiverses, opening new characters of it. So it sounds like to me that Batman now has opened this portal to these new Marvel characters that are coming out. So Marvel and DC are now combined. Is that what I'm guessing with Sideways and all that stuff, right?
Not really. I think that what they did is they opened up the multiverse to more possibilities. I think the source wall has always been the edge of the universe in DC continuity, and they broke the source wall. It's not there anymore. I don't think it's so much that these characters are coming through and appearing in DC. I know that Damage was a character beforehand. Silencer, I don't know anything about that. I know the Terrifics are all other characters, but I think a lot of what the Terrifics are going to be doing is kind of dealing with exploring that more. They've got a portal to another universe in their book. Who knows if that's the other side of the source wall or not? We might find out that it is. I don't know how really anything ties into from the pages of Dark Knight's Metal, all those new heroes, except so far for Sideways, who seems to be going through that universe, and the Terrifics, who seem to be kind of exploring that universe. Beyond that, it's DC continuity, man. It's real wishy-washy. We don't know what's going on with it yet because they haven't really explored it. I think that the last couple pages of Metal 6, we got a couple glimpses into things that are going to be happening or could be happening in the future, like the rise of Atlantis, the Flash War, which we are getting. There's a lot of different stuff going on. I think that Metal 6 kind of wiped all the interesting characters that they were using. The alternate Batman kind of wiped them off the board really quickly, which was disappointing. But I think that overall, it's going to open the DC universe up to more possibilities.
Hopefully it does. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I was going to say there's been a lot of chatter here. SS Comic Reader asked, so how does this work? Is Metal before or after the Doomsday Clock?
I'm going to go ahead and say the Doomsday Clock doesn't count because Jeff Johns is never going to finish writing it. And if we want to move on to that next book, I can tell you a lot more about Doomsday Clock.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there. Catman Figure says Metal was all over the place, but I'm excited about the world coming out of it. I know Area 51's in here, so big shout out to him and SS Comic Reader. We are all lost like Batman lost Metal Tie-in. So
Yeah, I am. That's what he's saying.
yeah.
Oh, he says it too. Somebody says above that Dave is lost like Batman lost too.
I think we're all a little lost. I think that's kind of the point of it. It was supposed to be a bit of a mind fuck, but I think it fell short in a lot of different areas. But I overall enjoyed the series, and I thought the art was incredible.
Even if you look back at Secret Wars, the last one with Marvel, it was kind of all over the place too.
No. Hickman
you don't think that was?
wrote, oh man, no. That's one of the most beautifully told stories
Oh my
in the
goodness.
history of comics. Don't get me started on how much I love Hickman's Secret Wars.
Okay, well then moving on, I'll go to start my first book. Well, we can go jump to you with Doomsday Clock here in a minute because I know Mike read this book as well, and that's by Xenoscope. It's Peekaboo by Victoria Rao and Marcelo Basil. I can't stand people who have weird names. So basically, there's a story about these first opens up with people going camping, end up getting murdered out there. You have no clue to what's going on. All of them just get murdered. Friday 13th got murdered. The next day, or that next day, I think it's a few weeks later, there's a group going hiking in the same canyon where these people got killed. The mom with her kids. There's typical characters. There's the woman that's just high maintenance, like, oh my God, I'm gonna get dirty woman. There's the drunken stepdad, the asshole stepbrother. There's the tough chick. There's a whole bunch of characters that the normal ones in any kind of story like that. They end up going camping, end up getting attacked by you don't know what it is. All you see are these little eyes that pop up. They talk about some Native American tales and stuff are out in this area. So it's basically just like a slasher book set in Utah. Maybe it's a whole bunch of Mormons. Maybe it's the one guy's all his wives or something going on. I don't know. But it wasn't too bad of a book. The art was decent, and I thought it was good. So I'll stash it. I might pick up issue 2 to check it out. It's only I think it's 5 issues long, like one of 5. Oh, I'm sure it is, Mike.
SS Comic Reader said, "Oh, Peekaboo, Airborne got his own comic book. LOL, LOL, LOL."
Okay, Mike, you read Peekaboo. What'd you think of Peekaboo?
I'm gonna go in the opposite and say that this book was shit. Fucking don't read this. Fucking go watch The Hills Have Eyes, and it's the same exact thing, but better. So this was actually a blast for me.
Original Hills Have Eyes or remake?
The original.
Oh, Michael Berryman.
Well, you didn't get the booby cover, Mike. That might be why you didn't like it.
That's exactly why I did not.
What is on your cover, Mike?
Oh
my God, Mike's down.
Oh my goodness!
It's like a skull on a pickaxe.
Yeah. I'm just gonna do
He
this
fainted.
like this.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm gonna leave it right on Mike too, and this whole time until he gets a fix.
All right, let me try this again. Here I is. What's going on here? There we go. We'll keep it like that.
Now you look like you're a villain in the original Batman TV show.
Using the Dutch angles.
Pow.
We'll keep it just like that.
Okay, well, going on. I know Drew had some opinions about Doomsday Clock, so I know we really want to talk about that, so we'll have him about that.
Fuck
Did you
DC.
You got the pancake cover.
I got the pancake cover because that's what was in my pool box. Oh my God. If you guys want to see Gary Frank draw some beautifully mundane panels that are not exciting at all, if you guys really, really, really want to read a story about a guy who's not Rorschach, this is a book for you. If you care about the Watchmen whatsoever, if you like exciting comics, don't buy this book. It was fucking awful. This is the origin of the guy who's not Rorschach. And spoiler alert, he is Rorschach's prison psychiatrist's son. And there's a naked Mothman. And I don't know what we're supposed to gain from this book whatsoever. I don't know why we're waiting for this book to end in 2019 and they're giving us bullshit like this along the way. This was the worst book that I read this week. It was the worst waste of time. It has so much potential, and it's going absolutely nowhere. Nothing has happened in 4 issues. Nothing has been explained. Nobody cares. We don't know when it's set. We don't know exactly where it's set. We don't know anything about this stupid book so far. It's been a complete cock tease, and I'm just... Jeff Johns is a hack, and he needs to go back to writing Green Lantern where he can do something exciting. And that's all I have to say about this piece of shit.
Paul?
This book makes me sad. It wants to be Watchmen, and it's nowhere fucking near it. I mean, they try to do the same kind of stuff. They have their little end stuff with the papers or something that relates to the story, but there is no story. It's stupid. Fuck DC again.
Wow.
And SS Comic Reader says Alan Moore would be disappointed about this book. Alan Moore would be disappointed about everything because he would say fuck DC too because he hates DC.
Yeah, Alan Moore is rolling over in his not yet grave because he's not dead. He's just like rolling over on the couch. he's restless and he doesn't know why because I'm pretty sure he didn't pick it up and read it.
But he's wrapping himself up in his beard, you know.
Oh man, it's bad.
Catron says, "I see it as a slow burn. I'm thinking it's going to have an amazing end. God Johns will solve the problems.
It could have the best ending ever, and nobody will ever fucking know because everybody's going to stop reading it.
I'm going to keep buying it because it'll probably have resale value. I don't know why I'm going to keep buying it, but no, I don't think God Johns is going to figure out anything because God Johns has written one good storyline ever, and it's Green Lantern. Anything else he does beyond Green Lantern is trite and derivative, and this book is just like nothing has happened in 4 issues. Nothing has happened except for they brought Comedian back from the dead. For what? For why? Nobody cares. There's Punch and Julie, or whatever the hell they're calling them, the mime and What's Her Nuts, and where the fuck are they? Nobody knows. Apparently their kid might be the Joker. That's the thing that people are saying is going to, but how does that deal with the 3 Jokers thing? And what the hell is going on here? And how does any of this tie into DC Rebirth at all? The answer is it doesn't so far. And he's kind of just meandering. How many issues are going to be? 12 issues? Yeah. We're a third of the way done and nothing has happened. What problems is he going to solve? Because he hasn't really laid out any problems. Like, who cares about not Rorschach? I don't know.
I completely lost interest at that point.
People are into this. Hey, man, at least somebody's enjoying it, but it's hurting my feelings.
What about you, Mike?
They said it all. I hated it just as much. Isn't there this like supposed to be? I don't know. DC characters in this book. What did we get? Mr. Freeze in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, and like you guys said, nobody cares about this Rorschach. I want the original back and all that, but yeah, definite blast.
I guess I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I mean, I'm not saying it's the greatest book of the week, but I definitely I can follow it. Yeah, it's not moving very fast. You can definitely pick up the pace, but I do see it laying more groundwork. As in Cat Red saying, it's kind of a slow burn, and I think that's what's good building up to.
So you know, nobody wants that.
Yeah, but yeah, the not Rorschach or whatever it is. You know, some of the analogies I think they make in here with the Mothman go into the flame. You know, stupid stuff like that I actually catch on and go, oh wow, you know, I kind of see that, and I'm hoping it's really going to pull out. I mean, no jokes, Mike. I hope they're going to be able to pull it off. and start kicking up some speed here pretty quick. I do love the as you said, I don't remember the names either. The Punch, the Mime guy, and his girlfriend. They're kind of interesting characters. I wish they'd kind of come back. Huh?
Where are they in this issue?
Well, I know. Well, I mean, this issue here, where at the end of the last issue, Batman ended up bringing not Rorschach to Arkham. You know, this is his story, kind of going through Arkham, trying to get out. And I didn't think it was too bad. It didn't put me to sleep. You know, so it's a stash, but it's a soft stash for me. So I'll keep it in my long box.
Oh, yeah.
Checking in with the chat real quick. Cat, I will definitely concede that his Teen Titans run was pretty darn good. As far as Jocko goes, his JSA stuff, I was not a fan of. So,
where did Paul go? Is he here?
Kind of here. Yeah.
Okay. You're up, man. What's your next book?
Let's do. I think I'm the only one who read this, and that's Daredevil 600. For 90% of this book, it was a fuck Marvel book all the way. I just wasn't into it at all. And then I hit about the last 4 pages, and I was like, okay, this is starting to get better. And then a couple more pages in, holy shit. It was really, really good at the end. I've always read a lot of Daredevil, and I stepped away from it, and I think I'm getting pulled back in because this was really good. Definite stash. Big event at the end of the book that may have long-term effects. We'll see.
Big shout out to Count Von Roman numerals here.
You're up, Mike. What's your next book?
My next book, let's just get it out of the way. We'll do my pick of the week, and that is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, issue number 41. And this is the end of the whole Zod storyline, and this whole book is just basically Hal Jordan whipping the shit out of fucking Zod. Amazing art. I really enjoyed this story. I think I'm going to hang on to Hal Jordan for a little while, see what the next story brings, but right now, as of today, this is my pick of the week. So,
nobody else read that one either. I'll do one that nobody else read, which I'm actually shocked that nobody else picked it up. And that's Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider #1. I think it clicked on to me here. Pretty cool cover. Wish we could got the Virgin cover of that, but that's pretty badass cover. So at the end of the last Damnation. Spoiler, Johnny Blaze would kick off the tower, end up dying. That's like we were talking about last week. That was all part of the plan, him dying. He's in hell now. Him and the writer both have separated out, and now they're going through hell trying to get to the throne. They're fighting their way through. And Johnny Blaze keeps telling the writer, hey, we need to make connection. We need to go back together. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. They're still fighting them through. But toward the end of the book, they end up joining back together to try to take over the throne in hell. Not a bad book, not as good as the Damnation main storyline, but at least we know kind of now what's going on with Johnny Blaze, and that it was all part of the story at the end of the last book, that Damnation book. So a stash for me on this one, though. Drew?
Cat Red said Stabbity Bunny is still awesome.
I missed issue 2.
Let's stay on the Damnation train. I read another book that I'm not reading, the Scarlet Spider Damnation tie-in. This is Ben Reilly fighting the demons on the streets of Vegas, kind of in a street level capacity. Wong says, hey, take care of keeping people away from this demon hotel area. The art is kind of wibbly wobbly. It's the only way I can describe it. Very highly stylized. And it's just not exciting at all to me. This really did nothing as far as moving the story forward. Just him fighting low-level baddies in the streets and being Diet Spider-Man, as Elsa Bloodstone would say. So this is definitely a blast for me. It might keep me from picking up more of these tie-ins, to be honest.
What does she call him?
Diet Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
She called him something else in this one that was actually pretty good. Let me see if I can figure that one out. The Cheaper Creeper.
I guess we'll.
At least it was good for that laugh.
Paul started us off on that round. We'll go to Mike in your next book.
What do I want to do? Let's do Cyberforce #1. Was a big fan of Cyberforce back when it first came out back in the 90s, so I was really looking forward to this one. And this is, I guess, a retelling of Stryker and how basically it's his origin story. So I actually loved this book. I thought it was pretty good. So dealing with his daughter, finding out she's been augmented as well, and just great stuff, I thought. So, yes, I'm stashing Cyberforce.
And I'm on the other end of that one as well. It didn't grab me enough to even want to pick up issue 2. I didn't read Cyberforce, again, either in the 90s when it was out. So none of these characters really don't mean a whole lot to me, so it didn't really grab me at all. The art was okay.
I know.
But what's it, Mike?
I was going to say, I know Area 51 is going to pick up Cyberforce.
But this is probably a blast for me. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but
I like that cover.
I won't be picking up. Which cover? This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I like that cover a lot better than the one we were showing.
Yeah, I don't know what cover this is.
This is the only one my shop got.
Yeah, I don't know if that's cover A or cover B. Remember berries were strong? What the heck? I don't know. This is the cover
Remember
A,
berries.
apparently. Yeah, so this is cover A. You must have got cover B or something, Mike.
I got covered fucking ugly.
I guess so. But no, it wasn't horrible, but I won't be picking up issue 2, so it's a stop stash for me. Shoot, I guess I will go. Let me see the books that I read that nobody else did. I don't think I have any more. Why don't we go to Drew? Because the book I have, Paul read. He's not back yet. So, what about you? Another book you read this week?
All right, let's find something worth talking about. Oh, here's another one. Animosity #13 came out. This is the story of the post-apocalyptic world where all animals have feelings and sentience as well as humans. Even bees. And now the bees need to be protected by this little girl, and she turns on people to save the bees. This is a blast. This book started off really, really great. I love the #1 issue, and it's just been downhill from there. You know what would stop the animal uprising? The fact that they don't have thumbs and we use doorknobs. That right there, the animals are fucked. We win. Beyond that, this is just drug out too long. I am going to be calling my LCS and dropping the shit out of this title. The art's still pretty. It's still kind of a cool world, but it's just fucking bees. Are you kidding me? I'm done with it.
Jason Smith said it's the bee's knees.
It is not the bee's knees.
Well, what about raccoons? Raccoons can open small. Couldn't they open maybe a doorknob, maybe let the other open?
Sure, raccoons and chimpanzees and lemurs. But like fucking deer are not going to overthrow the city. You can't like the birds can, yeah, sure, they can crash into your windows, but fucking doorknobs. We have doorknobs.
And if you've ever seen an octopus get out of like a jar or something, I for one bow down to our tentacled overlords.
Sure, but how many octopi are there on the eastern seaboard of the United States? Not enough, I argue. Not enough.
Octopi, Thani. We talked about Thani's last week.
I wish I was talking about more Thani instead of octopi at this point.
Okay. Moving on to Paul.
Let's do Silencer. I still really dig this book. I don't know why. It's got JR art, which I normally hate, but I think it works for this book. I really like the story on it. And the last panel, a DC character shows up that's going to definitely keep me reading this.
Really?
Knock off Marvel or not. I know everybody's saying that about all these books, but I dig it. I know they say, I know people compare this one to The Punisher, and I just, other than the fact that there's lots of guns, it's kind of not really the same thing to me, but I'm definitely going to keep picking this up. And was I the only one that read this? Not this week.
I think you were.
I haven't read it yet, though.
I know you've been liking it so far, though, haven't you, Mikey?
Yep. I like it. I like it.
Mikey likes it.
What about you, Mike? What's your next book?
Let's do Suicide Squad number 38 with this pretty badass Enchantress cover right there. This one deals with the breakup of the Suicide Squad and the Wall. If you've been reading this, the Wall's like fucking the government's answer to anything. He's like a super soldier, but he ends up going batshit crazy, and they want the Suicide Squad back to take him on. I've been getting this book since issue 1. This is pretty good as well. So stash this one. Stash that one. Stash that one.
Is the Enchantress, is her superpower creepy dancing like it is in the movie, or does she actually do something in this book?
Her superpower is to make love to Killer Croc, because they are lovers in this book.
That's killer creepy.
That's really scaly. I don't know if I'd attempt that.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but actually, it's
Croc.
Does he get to watch BET afterwards?
He does get to watch BET.
Crocs need love too, I guess. We're not going to hold it against them. Okay, jumping on. Since nobody's got my Croc joke, so okay.
Dave.
Yes.
Speaking of Crocs, do you wear Crocs?
I might wear Crocs at the con. You'll see. They're going to be bright orange Crocs.
I'm going to punch you right in the throat.
You're going to hear me coming. I'm going to squeaking. I'll be squeaking coming up.
You wear some fucking Crocs.
I'm going to go buy some orange Crocs now just to watch you try to punch me in the throat. I think that'd be hilarious.
Doesn't Batali have the market cornered on orange Crocs?
Who?
Mario Batali.
I don't know who that is.
He's a chef who lost everything recently for sexual harassment like everybody else.
It's because the orange Crocs.
Mario Batali was hashtagging Me Too and people.
Well, I tell you what, if I wear orange Croc and Mike tries to punch me in the throat, we'll get Paul or not. I'm having a stroke. Drew to record it. And then go
No.
All right, yeah. Okay, so my next book is Jimmy's Bastards number 7. Not as strong as the other Jimmy's Bastards books we've been reading. Not a whole lot of humor in this one, but still wasn't too bad. Because now all the men have boobs, all the women have, male parts, and they're still trying to figure out the gender fluid stuff. It was okay. A lot of killing going on. Still going to continue to pick it up though, even though this one wasn't a great issue. This is stashed though for me. And I know Paul is a big fan of Garth Ennis, and he read Jimmy's Bastards as well.
Yeah, like you said, didn't have a ton of humor in this one. There were a couple high spots that he hit. It was definitely, it seems like it was just completely a setup issue to move the story along. But it's still Garth Ennis writing funny shit. So I loved when they went to the evil island with the mastermind or whatever, and it has a like a 200-foot tall statue of a monkey giving you the bird. I thought that was pretty good. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep picking this up.
And the first of it too still has that Sean Connery looking guy trying to help his leg when he's on the phone.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it's been good overall. This issue was kind of a little bit slower. Didn't have the same non-PC humor in it, but it's still good though. Okay, we're moving on. Yes, sir.
They were asking whose dog that was, and that is my dog. And a big shout out to Lords of the Long Box who just popped in here. So did J. Rodham 78. What's up, guys?
Okay, Drew, you're up.
All right, let's see what else we can talk about today. I don't know how many of you guys out there are reading Saga. Saga issue number 50 came out this week. This book is fucking phenomenal. Every issue has been great. This issue is amazing. It starts off with some alien cunnilingus and female ejaculation, and that's really all you need to know about this book. It's heartfelt. It's sweet. There's a funny kid who's being trained to use her magical abilities. She's dealing with growing up with two parents who engage in female ejaculation in the first couple pages of this book. I can't say that enough. This is my pick of the week. Saga is absolutely amazing, and if you're not reading it, you should be.
J. Rodham 78 said, see you guys next weekend at Fan Expo.
Yeah,
J. Rod.
Is that only on issue 50? Is Saga only on issue 50?
Yes.
It seems like it's been out a lot longer than that. Maybe a lot of people talk about say how great it is.
They'll finish an arc and take a couple month hiatus. So they'll go for 6 months straight, and then they'll be off for about 4 or 5 months, and then they'll go for 6 more months straight and be off for like 2 or 3 months, and then go for 6 more months straight. So the volumes all come out consistently. Brian K. Vaughan has written every issue. Fiona Staples has penciled every issue. It's a consistent book. It's a lot of fun. It's some of the weirdest characters in comic history. Brian K. Vaughan basically created Saga as the story that could never be made into a movie. We're kind of reaching the point where it probably could be a really badass HBO series. But I don't think that you can make Saga into a movie in any way, shape, or form. There's just too many fucking moving parts and too much weirdness. People would not accept robot people with TV heads, but that's the kind of shit you get in Saga. And only 50 issues so far. This would be another landmark for them, and I was excited to pick it up. I also picked up the Virgin cover as well, but I left it upstairs, so
does that have
don't get to see it?
Ejaculate on it too?
No, but she does call him Ejaculate Face, which is pretty great.
Oh, really?
Lords of the Long Box said there is epic levels of facial hair on this panel.
I was thinking about shaving mine off after the con. I told my wife about it, shaving off before. If we did shave it off now, nobody will recognize you at the con when you go, because I've had it now forever. And so maybe we might be able to blend in a little bit more.
I'm not allowed to shave. My job requires me to have a beard. Not really, but the last time I shaved, my boss kind of pitched a fit. We have a mug club at my bar called Beard, with a giant Viking as the mascot. So if we have that's probably why I got my job, is I had a beard.
Okay, Mike.
Oh man, let's do. Did anyone read Old Man Hawkeye?
Haven't gotten to it yet.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Drew had.
I read it.
Yeah. Still pretty good stuff. What the fuck's his name? Old Man Hawkeye is in Arcade's Carnival. Bullseye's still after him. You get to see Atlas in this from the what's Thunderbolts? Is that what that? Yeah, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Some really great art, man. I don't know. I'm loving it. So he actually, I'm not going to spoil the end. So, but Old Man Hawkeye, stash it. I guess he's going to be taking on Old Man Beetle next issue.
Yeah, he's going to be hunting down the Thunderbolts, kind of crossing them off the list. I missed issue 2 of this, and I didn't realize that. I picked up issue 3 thinking I had read issue 2, and I'm missing a piece of the story, but I still really enjoyed this. The art was killer, and the story's just chugging along. It's going to be, 12 issues? So
yeah,
you got plenty of time to go back, pick up issue 2, and catch up.
Get a little Red Skull action in this one, talking to Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye's basically just like, I'm not your bitch, and hangs up on him.
Yeah.
Okay. The last book that I read this week is Avengers 686. Here at the end of the last issue, Wonder Man came in trying to convince Hulk not to, trying to get him calmed down. But he ended up getting his ass beat pretty good over and over. While he's trying to connect to Bruce on the inside, didn't realize it's not Bruce he's trying to connect to, it's actually Hulk. But good stuff. A little more of a twist at the end of it, not a big one. But definitely a good story. Looking forward to the continuation of this book. This has been overall a great arc in the story, I think. So Avengers No Surrender Part 12, definitely a stash for me. And Drew.
Yeah, definite stash. Avengers. This No Surrender story arc has been amazing, with 2-in-1 and Avengers No Surrender, and a lot of the stuff coming out of Legacy Damnation. This is definitely putting Marvel back up on top, in my opinion. Hulk is as brutal as he's ever been again in this issue, which is like, how often do you get to see that? That's completely awesome. Last week, he was a little bit more brutal. This week, he was a little bit more cerebral, because you knew that even when he was the Hulk, he had all of Banner's intelligence. That was definitely a scary moment for them. I won't ruin the twist at the end of this, but you're also getting Voyager kind of coming to grips with what she's doing in this situation, and she makes a decision, and that also costs her father in the end as well. So there's some really great stuff in here, some great dialogue between Simon and Hulk, and the art again was fantastic. There's a little piece at the end of this that's not included in the story that basically talks about how they plotted out the Hulk invasion of this Avengers facility, and I thought that was really interesting. Zub and Wade have been doing a great job with this, and you can tell that Ewing is writing a lot of these U.S. Avengers characters that really get a nice chance to shine in this as well. I'm really enjoying it, and we'll see where it goes in the next couple of issues. It's only got, 2-3 more issues left to roll. So I'm excited to see where it ends.
And I'm surprised. I think we're the only two to pick that up, or read it this week at least.
No, I read it.
You read it. I don't have you down, Mike. Here. Also, before you start, let me put you down.
Okay. Make it official. Down there.
Okay, go ahead. You're good now. Go ahead.
Okay. Jacko said it best right here. He said, "Avengers, stash it. It's lots of fun, and it has been fun. And get a little like Rogue versus Hulk in this. She tries to absorb his, I guess, gamma, and it doesn't work. So, but yeah, like you said, it's been lots of fun. Sad that it's gonna finally end, but yeah, stash it. Stash it, man."
Paul, your next book.
The only other one I read is Detective. I've been a big fan of Detective lately. It's been my favorite Bat book lately. I just could not get into this issue. I just didn't like it at all. I don't know. I'm hoping that they seems like they kind of swerved a little bit on the storyline, and it had some, alternate reality future stuff, and I'm just like, no, go back to the story. Just do what we want. So this issue is definite blast, but I'll probably pick up the next one to see if they get back to normal. Hopefully. And that was it for me this week.
Drew, you read Detective Comics as well?
I did as well. I think this is coming to the end of James Tynion's time on Detective, and I like the story he's telling here. I like the fact that Tim wants to avoid his fate in the future, and that gives him a chance to talk to this other dude. I don't know what the hell his name was. I don't know, the little nerd guy who's obsessed with Batman, wearing the Batman T-shirt. The one thing I think about this issue here is this is no, not him.
Oh, okay. Love you, Jared.
No. Yeah, but I think this is really ugly. Eddie Burroughs did the art on this. I don't know if he can draw people without Down syndrome, but it looks like everybody in this book has it.
I think that was part of it. I just the art took me out.
It's just really fucking ugly, and some of it's really cartoony, like that panel right there in the middle there, real cartoony. And then
look on. I started reading. I didn't get to finish it, but on
that panel right there, what is going on with that guy's face?
Where is it?
Pass by one more giant Bendis ad. I'm gonna fucking burn DC Comics.
Look, on the first page, when that guy Ives first steps in to talk to him, look at his mouth.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's really weird looking. Yeah, it's really weird looking. Yeah, right there. Look at his mouth. It's just really kind of funky looking.
This is just it's just really bad art, and Eddie Burroughs should not be hired to do any more art ever again. I mean, this might be some of the worst modern art I've seen in a book, and yeah, it's just real bad.
Yeah, I didn't get to finish reading it. I was falling asleep before the show trying to read it up, but I couldn't do it. I'm out of books. Paul's out of books. Mike, you out of books?
I could show you the ones I haven't read.
I could show you the world.
I picked up Detective. I haven't read it yet. I picked up Hit Girl #2. Have not read it yet. The New Crow, Memento Mori. Have not read it yet. Iron Man 598. Terrifics #2. Gotham City Garage #12. Silencer #3. Mira, Queen of Atlantis #2. Old Man Logan 37. X-Men Blue 24. And the stupid Dungeons and Dragons Shadow of the Vampire Part 1 of the greatest hits crap. That's all I haven't read.
I'll run over a few that I have read that we'll drop it off with Drew. I know he's got quite a few more too. Redneck #11. I haven't read that one yet. Black Magic #11. Teen Titans 18. And I picked up this one. I haven't read it yet. I'm not sure if I will. Lady Death Damnation Game #1. They limited to 300. Brian Polito. I guess almost like a virgin cover or raw cover, whatever it is. So that one. That's all the books I got this week. We'll drop it off with Drew before we head into Mike's segment.
Moon Girl #29, always a stash. Fantastic Four fans, be sure to pick this up. This is your new Fantastic Four right here. Johnny, Thing, Devil Dinosaur, and Moon Girl. So that's how this book ends. There's going to be some cool stuff going forward in that. Teen Titans #18. They came for Beast Boy's brain. Actually, this is about some VR video game style implants that a evil corporation is using to make people their puppets. And the Teen Titans trying to save Beast Boy, and he's being controlled and attacking them. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely going to stash that. Despicable Deadpool. Deadpool puts his own name on a hit list, drawing out all the heavy hitters of the Marvel Universe to come for him in this story arc here. Definite stash. If you like quips and violence, it's good for you. The Terrifics #2. I liked the first issue enough to pick this up. I'm not sure if I like this enough to pick up issue #3. It's not on my pull list, so we'll see next month whether or not I shoot for this one again. Champions #18. This is the weirdest story I read this week. Anybody who's been following the Champions or Avengers before No Surrender started knows that Vision, the Vision's daughter, was turned into a human by the High Evolutionary, and Vision built himself a new synthezoid daughter. That one went crazy and tried to kill Viv. Viv killed Robot Viv, and then Viv sacrificed her own body to become a robot again. It was fucking weird, but fun. And Ramos's art was good, and this book's going to start over next month with a new creative team. So no more Ramos and Wade. You get Jim Zub writing the Champions. So if you're Champions, stay peeled for that. That's a weird stash for me. X-Men Blue, #24. You get some more evil Havoc, which is kind of cool. He's been evil since Axis. They really didn't do much with it until the last story arc of this book here. But I'm enjoying it. We get some stuff with Zorn, who apparently is on the table and trying to be recruited by all sides. So I'm excited for that. And Iron Man 598, this was a stash. The search for Tony Stark is continuing. There's a new armored team that Riri is leading from her cushy little spot at MIT. There's some cool stuff with Blade in here. She finds out that a vampire was in her garage, kind of freaks out. That was funny. The art in this is solid. The Doctor Doom part of this story is cool. I can't wait to figure out how this all ends. And this might be one of the last Bendis books I read. So we'll see if I drop Superman in action. I probably will.
Okay.
Speaking of that, SS Comic Reader, he asked, "How does everyone feel about Bendis writing for Superman?"
I'm a little butthurt about it, honestly. I mean, I haven't read any of it yet, and I have no reason to be disappointed. But I like Tomasi, and I like Jurgens, and the fact that they're going away is upsetting to me.
I don't have much of an opinion. I never really read much of Bendis' work, so I can't give a valid opinion until actually read the book. So,
yeah, I'm the same way. It is what it is. Jason Smith also mentioned the Fantastic Four coming back in August.
We'll let Paul answer that. What do you think about Bendis?
I have no opinion on this matter.
Okay, moving on. Mike.
Jason Smith also said Fantastic Four was coming back in August.
Yeah, I saw some updates on that. Yeah. Well, that's good. Oh my God, big yawn for me. Let's get into our comic portion. We'll move on to
Shut your fucking mouth.
pizza time.
Yes, we will rename this segment Pizza Time.
Shut your pizza mouth.
What?
No, I'm not gonna do it again.
Okay.
All
right.
Never eaten.
So, all right. So if you go to Walmart right now, there's a lot of exclusives online available right now. So go check that out. If you're missing any of them Walmart exclusives. Back in the day, I dropped a lot of fucking quarters into one arcade game, and that was Rampage. Unfortunately, they are making a shitty movie about it. But we are getting George, Lizzie, and Ralph from the video game in 8-bit form. Unfortunately, that's going to be a Walmart exclusive, and I have to have it. I'm not a big fan of the 2-3 packs, but I have to have this one. That game has a special place in my heart. That's coming out in April. We're getting more Star Wars movie moments. For those of you who aren't sick of those, we are getting Finn versus Captain Phasma in their little final duel there. That's coming in April. From Infinity War, we're getting Iron Spider with his mechanical arms coming out. of his back. Not sure when that's coming out. Let's see, some rumors. We're getting a J.J. Abrams pop, part of that director line. Alfred Hitchcock. Let's hope they do that in black and white. Some Betty Boop pops. Eric Killmonger from Black Panther with like a shirt off showing all his scars. I Love Lucy. Steve Urkel. Tony Hawk. More Star Wars Clone Wars. Different versions of The Friends. Coraline. More Nightmare Before Christmas. More South Park. A MacGyver pop.
Which MacGyver? Richard Dean Anderson MacGyver or the new crappy MacGyver?
From what I read, it is the old 80s MacGyver.
Because that's the older MacGyver.
You know, the guy that's going to Fan Expo with us.
We're not with us. He's not riding with us or anything. But yeah.
But shut up. He is got a hard on for MacGyver. So if who
does?
something's Joey, the guy that's riding with me.
Oh. Okay.
He's got a serious hard on for MacGyver. So if something happens where we might end up in jail, I'm just saying. Spiral the Dragon.
How would we end up in jail?
We're a team here.
All we need is bubble gum and a toothpick and a safety pin, and your buddy Joey will get us out with his massive MacGyver boner.
Anyone remember the Little Shop of Horrors?
Nope.
What?
Yo.
No, I remember it. I thought it was a stupid question.
Okay.
We're getting fucking Funko Pop. More One Piece. Fucking Pop.comics is in the house. What's up?
What up, JoJo?
JoJo Mojo. Mojo Jojo?
Mojo Jojo.
Maybe know what that's from. Apparently Drew does.
Yeah. Nope, I don't remember
Girls,
that either.
Right? Any Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, they fucked Mojo Jojo up.
Okay, go ahead. We're interrupting you.
So if you don't want to be spoiled about the Venom movie, fucking turn this shit off right now. Come back in about 5 minutes. I don't know how true this list is. I think I showed you guys. So on this list, we got Venom, Eddie Brock, Carnage, Captain America, Venom with Eddie, Venom with Hulk, and Venom with Iron Man. So I don't know, but
that's got to be fake.
Jacko said, "Feed me, Seymour." He knows. He knows about Audrey too. Let's see what else. Speaking of Saga, the previews exclusive Lion Cat is supposed to be a free comic book day release, but some shops and website. The Lion Cat, the previews
is
exclusive.
Is it the bloody Lion Cat? That's out already.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, some stores and shops and websites, whatever, have it. And last thing I got, there's new girl pops coming out if anybody wants them. The Sandlot pops. Dave might want some new girl pops.
No, I might watch some Sandlot pops. Talk about that movie today.
Sandlot pops are coming. We're getting Smalls, Benny, Squints, and Ham, and the Beast. The Beast is the dog. He's gonna have the baseball in his mouth.
What about Wendy Peppercorn?
We're getting a Wendy Peppercorn and Squints 2-pack where they're at the pool.
Is that a movie Moments?
No, it's not a movie Moments.
That's where he turned into a man that day and lost all access to the pool.
Yeah, when he Bill Cosby the shit out of Wendy Peppercorn. That shit was that shit was problematic. # me too.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but if you've never seen Sandlot, go check it out. One of the greatest movies ever, baseball movies ever. Great stuff. I did get one Funko Pop this week, bringing my collection up to 720. Nothing special. Just a plain old Thanos from Infinity War. And you guys got some stuff I hear.
I did not, but I know Drew did. He got a shit ton of pop.
I got me a plain old Thanos from Infinity War as well.
You got enough for all three of us, I think.
I thought he was going to look lonely, so I grabbed Ebony Maw to keep him company.
Dude, I haven't seen any of those.
And his buddy Corvus Glaive as well. I want
those too.
They were pretty dope. And my LCS got in a brand new shipment of the Gamerverse pops, and I got myself a Venom Pool.
Nice.
So I thought that was pretty sick, so I went ahead and picked it up.
New hard
also
pops?
picked up some.
Daryl. Sorry.
I also picked up some Marvel Legends as well. Built my Thanos, but I wasn't hauling all those fuckers downstairs.
Now we won't see your Thanos.
I'll show you later.
Aim High Comics is in here, said, let's go to Dallas.
That's the plan, man.
I start vacation on Wednesday, and it's all downhill from there.
Aim High, I want in on this trivia challenge thing, brother. I want in. I want to be embarrassed by how little I know about things. That would excite me.
What about you, Paul? Do you get any Funkos this week? Or anything?
No, did not pick up anything this week.
So I guess that's going to be the end of it.
The end of what?
You know what? Don't tease them. Don't tease the people.
Pop.comics, and I got the new Hulkbuster pop recently.
Sweet.
Apparently that one's pretty hard to find. Shut your fucking mouth.
Okay, moving on. I have just a couple of stories here. I want to do a screen share. Make sure I got the right thing up because I don't want to show dirty stuff. So you guys see that there?
No.
What?
The pizza crumbs?
Why is it not screen sharing? Screen share, you. Don't hit stop broadcast.
Count Von Strange Roman numeral said he got the Killmonger.
You guys don't see that screen up. All you see is the black screen?
Yep.
Oh, I see the black screen. Yep. All black, everything.
Dude, me and technology, I swear, I'm going to beat the living shit out of somebody.
Maybe you should have used Skype.
Strange, that Killmonger chase looked fucking phenomenal.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
That one does.
You can look it up online if you like to, but it says starting this summer, there's going to be a new Harley Quinn. Starting at issue 45. It's going to be written by, or not written. No, drawn by Sam Humphries. Writer is John Timms. According to Humphries, it will see the DC villain Granny Goodness offer a spot to Harley on the female Furies of Apocalypse. Harley will gain new powers from a hammer she obtained on Apocalypse. The hammer is inspired by the art of Jack Kirby, who created the idea for Apocalypse. And so I had a picture of her in her new armor, kind of what she looks like. I think it's a horrible idea. I don't know what you think about Harley Quinn joining the female Furies. You're in, Mike?
No, I was going to say it sounds pretty fucking stupid, but goddamn Lois Lane was part of the Furies.
And that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Pretty damn cool.
And what do you think about Paul? Anything on that?
No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, you can pay me to read Harley. I'm not going to read it just because there's a new creative team on it.
Okay, well, I will stop screen sharing because it's not doing a damn thing.
Oh, it's turning black.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's doing that. Okay, this list here, let's say in the top 5 comic book superheroes who deserve their own solo movie. I guess we can I'll go down the list. We'll start with these, and I'll go yay or nay. Black Widow, Paul or Drew.
Nay.
Paul.
Nay.
Mike.
If it's Scarlett Johansson, no.
And I'm a no too on that one. Okay, wow. Storm, Paul.
No.
Mike.
No.
I'm a no. Drew.
If any more of these are solo X-Men characters, we need no solo X-Men films.
Yeah. Green Lantern, Mike.
Yes.
I would go with Green Lantern as well. I don't Hal Jordan, Simon, whatever. I don't think Green Lantern would be cool to see. Drew.
The last Green Lantern movie we got was the best DC movie, not The Dark Knight, since forever. It's actually pretty darn good. A lot of people hate on it. Go back and rewatch it. Kilowog is great. Mark Strong is great as Sinestro. The problem was they put Blake Lively in the movie, and there was too much stuff on Earth. But do we need another Green Lantern movie? Not really, no. I think that they could do a great Justice League movie and tie Green Lantern into it. I think that a Green Lantern movie all on its own, we don't need it. Too much convoluted continuity there at the moment for them to try to do too much with, and that sounds exactly the way DC screws the pooch on most of their movies. So, nah, no thanks.
How about you, Paul? Green Lantern?
Yes, as long as there's no CGI costume.
But the costume is actually a construct. It's really the only way to do it justice.
But it looks like shit.
Oh, yeah, it looked like shit then.
Well, CGI definitely has gotten better since then, too. Zatanna, I like Zatanna, but I think she only works as a team. I don't think she'd be a good solo. Justice League Dark, that's all she needs to be on. Drew.
Who wrote this list?
I don't know.
Like, what website? So I can never go there.
No. You don't want to know. We're just going down.
I don't ever want to go to a place where somebody's like, you know who could really use a solo movie? Zatanna. No.
Paul's a huge Zatanna fan. Do you think she needs her own movie?
Fuck no.
Can't we just cast her in Now You See Me 3?
or how about never mind. Mike.
As long as she has the fishnets, hell yeah.
And the last one on the list I'd really like to see, but I'll start with Drew. Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, yes. Teen Titans, they're getting a show. Everything I've seen from it so far has been kind of cool. But Teen Titans for sure. They could definitely use a movie. I think that maybe there's too much lore there to bring Robin in without introducing him in a Batman movie first. But I definitely think that Robin or Nightwing as a leader of the Teen Titans, if you take the cartoon team, maybe throw Terra or Bumblebee on there, that would be a really cool teen movie for sure.
Paul.
Yes, but wasn't this list the people who should have a solo movie? I think
was it solo movie? I don't know.
I thought you said it
solo.
first.
Well, then,
as bad as this list is, that's probably the way they titled it.
Yep,
it probably is. It was just one I found on Flipboard. I thought it was interesting. We just popped to it.
It was interesting to get me to hate on something else. I feel so negative today.
Is Starfire going to be in it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you just lost Mike.
Then I'd say on Teen Titans. I think it'd be good to see. I think that's it. That's all the stuff I got.
Who else? There's no more?
No, top five solo movies that involve a team.
Wow.
Yeah. What's this?
What?
Matt Damon passes on Spider-Man Homecoming 2. I wonder what character he would have played.
Sandman.
Maybe.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon could have been a really killer Otto Octavius.
You think so?
No.
You're an asset tonight, Drew. Okay, moving on. I think I will go see Ready Player One tomorrow. Anybody else going to see that this weekend?
We'll probably go on Tuesday. Theater around me does cheap movies on Tuesday. I'll probably take the kiddo to see it after I get out of work on Tuesday. I'm kind of excited for it. I hear good things.
I have something not comic book related.
Okay. What is it?
First, the relaunch of Roseanne.
Okay. And
did you?
I saw
anybody else?
I saw it.
Seen it yet.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. I couldn't take it. Just
couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, sorry.
It's definitely an update for modern issues.
Yeah, I mean, every modern issue is in the.
I agree. I definitely think that if you were a fan of the original, that you will be a fan of the voice of the show. And the only reason I watched, I had no interest at all. I read an article in the AV Club written by Tom Arnold, where they got Tom Arnold to review the new Roseanne show. And the quote he said was that she pulled out his hair plugs a week after surgery and went on SNL and told the world that he had a 3-inch penis, and if he can enjoy the show, so can you. And I thought that was enough of a endorsement for me to give it a shot. I laughed at a couple things throughout, but it just wasn't for me. It's definitely the same voice of Roseanne that you got 20 years ago. It's just updated for today. And I don't feel like listening to her argue with her sister about Trump versus Hillary. And there's a gender fluid child on the show, which is like really weird. It's just, I don't know, maybe too much too soon as far as an update. And I went into it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The son, he was also in the military and has a mixed child.
Yeah, but like you don't know who the mother is, and they don't go into that at all. It's, who knows?
Yeah, it's too much. Too much.
Okay, that's it. Anything else?
One more comic book related thing we touched on a little bit was the Fantastic Four is coming back.
Yeah,
in August. Apparently going to be written by Dan Slott. He's also going to be doing a run on Iron Man. So apparently to get him off of Amazing Spider-Man, Marvel had to kind of offer him the farm. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was hoping that Zdarsky would get FF, considering he's been doing such a great job with Jim Chung on the 2-in-1, which kind of has that Fantastic Four spirit. But I'm happy to know that the Fantastic Four is definitely coming back, and we definitely have a date for that as well. So exciting news there.
Okay, TV.
Big shout out to Comics with Bueller. He said hello. Better late than never, brother.
Okay. Phone one side. It's old. Drew, last minute shout outs or anything else you want to say before we roll out of here for the final show before Fan Days, Fan Expo, whatever.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Saw a couple of folks who haven't been in a lot recently. Shout out to JoJo for stopping through. Shout out to Jackio, TiVo for some great conversation out there. Aim high, man. Get me on that trivia. Shout out to you. Maybe that'll buy me some trivia love. And we'll see everybody in Dallas.
Yeah. Paul, how about you?
Just like Drew, shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are the reason we do this show. I will be with the team in spirit next week, and wish I could be there, but things happen, and we'll catch everybody on the next one.
I was just talking tonight. I wish I had a cardboard cutout of you, Paul. I put them up behind us when we're doing a live show from the con. I'd put a little Paul cardboard cutout behind me. You have a little sign that says F Marvel right up next to it.
Yep, absolutely. There you go. That's all you need. You need to put the sign there, and people will know that I'm there in spirit.
Yeah, that's true. We could do the hashtag F Marvel. Mike.
A few new subscribers to my channel. Denola Comics got 33 subs. Rabid Hammer, 441 subs. Married Video Game Nerd, 32 subs. And last but not least, Robert Finerbox got 28 subs.
Finerbox, huh?
Finerbox. Find her box. Hashtag that shit. Find her box. And, you know, I am road tripping it all the way to Texas, and I'll be throwing pictures up and all that kind of good stuff on my personal page, and of probably some on the Blasted or Stash It page as well. So
I'll be throwing up some pictures of the airport snack bar, and then the airport bar, and then when I get to Dallas, another airport bar. So stay tuned for those as well.
I might just throw up. I don't know. Few new subs to the Blasted or Stash It channel. Melody 121680. Scroll down here. Reviews from the Batcave. Apparently, I don't know. So many people were subscribed to us and they dropped off. I don't know what's going on, but a couple of new guys, a couple of the guys we've had subscribed to us just recently resubscribed. Married Video Game Nerd, Mike Sandifer. I might have called him out last weekend. I'm planning on doing a vlog too for the trip. Hopefully, this is going to be like my first trip by myself. I'm a big boy now. I think we talked about that last week. So I'll definitely be putting pictures up on the Boston Session page.
Are you wearing pull-ups?
I have the special pool diaper so we can go swimming in the hotel pool.
Awesome.
They change color when they need change, Drew.
I have a challenge for you.
You have a challenge for me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Score a pair of them. Do they still give kids the wings on the airplane?
Oh, you want me to try to get a pair of wings?
Yes.
If you don't get one, I'll get you one.
I will ask. I'll ask the stewardess. I'll go see if I just see the captain, and hopefully he'll ask me.
I'm going to go see
if
a
I like
special
gladiator
in
movies.
Dallas.
And you ever seen a grown man naked? You know, those kind of questions. We'll see. So look, Drew's face. We're going to go and roll it up out of here, whether you blast it or whether you stash it. Happy reading, and we will see you guys all in Fan Expo Dallas. Later, guys, girls, whoever's out there, whatever you want to identify as.